AlbertsonAv.com for the best of 2015 series. We're going to be running through the best DLC in a video game for 2015, and one that kind of jumps off the page at me, and it's more considered an expansion pack, but technically downloadable content, was the Taken King expansion for Destiny, which changed the landscape of the game a little bit for, I'd say, a majority of people. If you didn't get into Destiny in year one, you bought the Taken King, you got all the Destiny content, which was cool for, late adopters to the game. It added tons of weapons, tons of new content, new planets to explore, and now that throughout the year they've continued on the Taken King. If you have it, you get Sparrow Racing, you get all these mini events that you can participate in. It added new subclasses, so now you can get your Titan. Before, you didn't get any fire abilities, and now you get, the Sunbreaker, so now you can just, lay waste, napalms and mini nukes and all over the place. So it added a whole new subclass for characters. It added, the abilities for, new bosses to drop specific boss loot, which was something that, in the previous game I wish they would have done, because it was an MMO-style thing, and they were trying to... I think when it first came out, they were lost in transition a little bit for, what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Are we an MMO? Are we a shooter like Halo? They were mixing it. They didn't really get all the concepts, and it's a huge undertaking to make an MMO style game. There's so much that people of that genre expect, and if you're not in tune with it right away, so they're starting to adapt into it, and some of that loot, and they nailed it with the Taken King. I hadn't played the game for a year, and because of it, I jumped in, and dude, I had a blast. I mean, they added 10 more levels that you can get, and light levels, and it's just was epic in size. And if you did already have the game, it was only $20. I mean, it wasn't you were paying $40 for all this extra stuff. So I mean, I thought the price value was there if you already owned all the stuff. And if you didn't own any of it, dude, it was beyond worth it. It was probably you just literally bought 2 games for $50 or whatever it was, technically, because the amount of time they added onto it. Mortal Kombat X added a ton of DLC this year.
Yeah, they had a good DLC pack to start the year with Predator, Jason Voorhees, and then
they always come with weird stuff, dude.
They come with 2 good guys, Predator and Jason Voorhees, that you're oh man, these are amazing, and then they drop in Tremor, and I think Tanya was the other one.
Oh yeah, some the classic.
Yeah, some of the classic, not so a little bit of a fringe, but still, I loved it, and I went back every single time one came out, and Predator playing as Predator in Mortal Kombat X, pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be adding more in for that game, so
Alien. And
why do they always put these weird characters though? It's
it's cool fan service, right? You take it out of the lore, they bring a couple true ones in, having Freddy Krueger and stuff in there is just fun. You want it, these are dangerous people that you want.
But did Jason Voorhees play good? He looked like shit when I was
He actually played. He was a little bit clunky. He was a very heavy character, but he played pretty well.
It fit for Jason Voorhees.
Yeah,
though. You don't want a ninja Jason Voorhees.
No, weird. He felt really good
and getting kind of crazy. So Mortal Kombat X had some awesome
Predator,
DLC.
amazing.
Predator, I mean, that's all you need to say. We also had Witcher 3 with the Hearts of Stone that came out and added a whole new quest line and a couple some ruins that you could put in your armor, and it developed a little bit further into the Witcher 3. I don't know if you guys had a chance to check that out at all. But GTA 5, I mean, talk about adding stuff, dude. They've added
free.
The most this year, and we haven't talked about.
They've added the most stuff that no one cares about. Just make a cool expansion like you have in the past.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Where's the Ballad of Gay Tony? Where's all these
the
Lost?
One. What was the biker one?
The Lost on the Dams. Where are these cool stories that I want in this world? I don't want to be all right, here's some fucking shiny cars and a hat.
You sure you don't want that?
No. I know I don't. And a heist, right? That was free
That
DLC.
was something we were really excited about.
And it was okay, but it wasn't
really
what we wanted.
It was interesting.
It didn't turn out to be as great as we wanted it to be. It was kind of a letdown.
In some ways it was, yeah. Because I think the biggest letdown was you can only do 2 people on the first heist. So
kind of a problem.
We were instantly just expecting, run 5 deep, and then all of a sudden it's just us 2. Or just 2 people. And
we did meet a new friend though.
We did. We made lots of new friends in the heist. So the heist brought the community together.
Yeah, it's like watching people that did the real job in video game job.
But if you only
same thing was weird.
If you only have GTA 5 and you don't have a lot of other games and you do like the online component to it,
it's a huge deal.
They offered a ton of shit.
And it's great because it's all free too. Right now, Christmas time, what do they have? They have freaking Christmas trees all around their entire world. They've like in your apartments. They have in the main center part of town. They have a big ass Christmas tree. There's snow and.
So this year they've given out heists. They've given out executives and.
Pimp Your Ride at one point.
Pimp Your Ride.
Yeah, the lowrider one.
So a ton of cars, ton of weapons.
Cool stuff, but
a couple of new game modes, but nothing like exceptional.
I mean, if you've been playing GTA all this time online, because there's plenty of people that are obsessed with GTA Online, like they're probably in heaven because with all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, good for them.
Not good for Jason though.
Yeah,
He doesn't get too excited for it. Oh, dude, an awesome one that did come out this year, Plague of Shadows for Shovel Knight came out this year, and if you guys were with us last year, you know that Shovel Knight was like my favorite leading character, and
he won leading character. It won best indie game. It won a couple of awards.
And Plague Knight was last year my favorite supporting bad guy. Bad guy. So he got his own DLC this year, and if you guys haven't checked it out, it is like it builds on Shovel Knight and adds like this just retro, all these retro moves and like that you remember from previous games into Plague Knight. Dude, it's just so good. Like all the abilities that you get and like. It just hits all the nostalgia, dude.
It was a really well put together piece of DLC. It almost felt like an expansion pack.
Yeah,
more so than DLC.
And the story was good, and like you didn't have to play through Shovel Knight to unlock it. They gave you like a cool like throwback Konami code style thing that you could type in and unlock.
Was it
like,
up, down, down?
I don't remember. Yeah, something around there. Up, down, left, right. Select
Date myself.
So Plague of Shadows came out too, which I thought was super awesome. And then Rocket League obviously had a shit ton of DLC.
Back to the Future. It was cool stuff, but it was just like
skins
all high-end shit. And
the cars didn't drive different. It was just mostly
it's
like,
all skins.
And then they had Gears of War and Halo add-on too.
Yeah, for when they launched the Xbox, they added a hockey puck, do some hockey instead of soccer. Stuff like that. I don't know. It was good stuff. It was worth mentioning. But,
and then Super Smash Brothers added a ton of characters. Obviously, the biggest one of 2015 was Cloud coming into Super Smash Brothers, which probably set the world on fire for a little while.
Yeah, my DS actually just started on fire.
Yeah, it was like a wet dream for every single Smash Bros. Fan in the entire world. Like since it began, like, oh my gosh, can we get Cloud from Final Fantasy VII? Well, here you go. Finally, in 2015, you got it. If you're a Super Smash Brothers fan, I'm pretty sure that was like the greatest thing ever. But
there was a lot of cool DLC. Ryu in there, that was really cool. Like they did a lot of good stuff.
They did. They added a ton of new characters, and like I think it's over like. Gosh, dude, don't quote me on this. 60 characters or something like that.
It's like $100 in DLC because I went to buy like some that I was like I fell behind on getting, and I was like, well, that's really expensive.
And that's the shitty thing. Like Nintendo doesn't like to do Ultimate Editions. Like you won't be able to buy a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I think you're going to. I think there will be a point when you can do it.
You think?
I think Nintendo's gonna like.
They're gonna
realize the error of their ways and just like, here's a Smash Brothers Ultra Collection Edition and.
Yeah, because I don't think they've ever done well. They just started getting into DLC, I guess. Technically, this year, like the last couple of years, they really haven't been online presence. So, like this year, we had Splatoon stuff that was free DLC.
True.
Now we got Super Smash Bros. Where you download all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to frustrate yourself, go into the Nintendo eStore and try to find all the DLC for this and buy it, and not buy it twice. And it's a really fucking confusing experience to see what's in each pack because it's broken out into 4 different packs. Because there's so much. Like you can get items for your Mii, you can get items for like. I almost don't want to give it to it because it's just overwhelming.
Just like too much to deal with, dude. I'm torn between Shovel Knight, Plague of Shadows, and The Taken King for my best DLC this year. 2 games that I like a lot that had amazing, like they added a ton of quality stuff for a reasonable amount of money to me. Like Plague of Shadows was, dang it, dude, $10 I think it was, something like that. It wasn't like you didn't pay $40, and you literally got almost an identical like amount of content that you got with Shovel Knight, the base game.
Taken King though.
Taken King just added so much for me.
It fixed what was wrong.
Dude, it fixed almost.
Yeah, if Taken King didn't come around, then Destiny
would be dead.
It'd be faded into obscurity. Absolutely, hands down. Dude.
Destiny Taken King gets my vote easily. No question.
Yeah.
All right, and it gets my vote as well.
Where we were last year with Destiny, it's amazing.
I think it got some worst awards last year.
It did get some worst.
It might have got worst game of the year last year.
It got worst DLC last year, actually.
Yeah, it did. That is correct.
Because like that shitty stuff that they put out that was like no content whatever at all except for just like it was. I don't even want to get into it because we're talking about the best DLC of 2015 on LFNF.com, which is Destiny: The Taken King. It's available now and it has tons and tons of content, and please guys, don't buy that fucking level 25 booster DLC.
Do it to piss Chad off.